What's going on, guys? I'm Dave. It's the Abernathy Farm channel. If you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to the channel. More to come. You know, I honestly don't know at what part of the video this is gonna be in, so I'm not gonna give you the old welcome to Abernathy Farms. My name's Dave, although I did just give you that, so I guess I'm a liar. We're gonna go down here and I want to hook up the 4000 to the sprayer, and I want to hook up the David Brown to the Bush Hog. Always smells like diesel fuel down here. Here's the sprayer. I used it last year. Have not used it this year. We'll have to get it up there, put some water in it, check it out. I know I bought some new tips. I don't know if I bought the right ones. I wanted to do some work to this, but I didn't. Over the winter, so let's get her hooked up and get her up to the shop and see if she works. Oh, hey. Close. Can't remember what kind of video I posted about this thing last year when I used it. I was in such a hurry, I just kind of cobbled it together. I know this valve was bad. The whole inside was like just eating out. Anyway, and so I bypassed the valve and I just put a T and teed everything off. You know, the valve, I don't think I could reach it from 4000, but you could turn the valve off and redirect. Have this on it, you could redirect the chemicals back to the tank instead of having to shut the PTO off every time. But anyway, I'm not doing that. So we're just gonna crank it up right now. And I remember I had trouble. I kept having to put water in the filter housing. I guess anyway, it wouldn't start pumping on its own. So we're gonna crank the tractor and see what happens. All right, it took a hot minute, but we got spray coming out. Had to take the line loose off the tank, get water flowing in it, and then plug it back up to the filter right quick. So I only got one that's not really working, that one right there, and this one on the end. So we're gonna see. Let's see what we can do to fix that. So I took those sprayer tips off, the two that wasn't really spraying, and screens were really clogged. So I took them all off and cleaned them. See if it does any better. Wonky. I think one of them was split or something. Could be that. Didn't spray on there, right? And I ain't gonna take it off while it's done. Anyway. Alright, that's it. So I ended up putting this valve in here to. I was going to use it to prime it, but it's actually bleeding the air out and letting the filter fill up. The only thing I need to do is I might have to add a pipe to get it above the water lines right here, which is right at. I've only got about 55 gallons in there because that was all the chemicals I had left, and so I'll let it bleed all the air out. And once all the air is out, we'll head to the field. Well, I ran out on my last pass. This is I think 100, it's at least 100 gallons. I had a little bit over 50 in it. 60, 70, 80, 90, I guess 100 gallons. But that's all the chemicals I had. It was for 50 gallons worth. And you saw I had a little issue down there. I tried to lower the sprayer down, and when I lowered it down, it ended up leaning backwards. I didn't have my top link adjusted right, and the bar swung back and wouldn't swing forward. So I had to get back, swing it up, even though I got the springs on it. Because of the angle, it wouldn't pull back. So I didn't worry about adjusting the angle, I just raised it up. I figured I didn't have time. The problem with this 4000 is the PTO clutch slips. It will not completely disengage unless you've got a heavy load on it, like the baler or the mower. If you've just got this little pump on here, when you turn the clutch off, when you turn the PTO off, it never stops turning and keeps spraying. So I would have had to shut the tractor off, which is no problem. I could have done that, but I didn't. So I would have liked to gone slower. I was in 3rd gear to start with, and I put it up into 4th gear, and we'll see how it worked. I know some of the nozzles aren't spraying great, but you know, it's only my 2nd time using it. I used it last fall to spray some of the cow pasture with this Pasture Pro stuff. So we'll see how it does. I'm not going to worry about spraying again. I'm going to give this a couple weeks to see how this does, and if it does all right, then I'll buy some more. I put some 2,4-D in here too, which is the main ingredient in that Tractor Supply Pasture Pro stuff. And there probably is other chemicals better, but that's just what that's what I got. And it did all right when I sprayed the cow fields, but it didn't kill the briars, the real thick briars. Like, they turned brown, and I was like, oh, cool, killed them. And they turned brown and looked like they were going to die, and then 2 weeks later they were back green again. So we'll give this a couple weeks and see how it does. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I'll give you an update as soon as I get one on the spraying, see how it went. But if you made it this far, appreciate it if you like, subscribe to the channels. I got a goal, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm almost to 700. Appreciate it.